Obviously, nobody wants to compromise winning. Neither do we want to compromise winning now to be a weaker team in 2023 when we host the World Champs. We want to put the strongest possible team on the floor in 2023, and it means doing things now that in the context of winning games now might not make sense. But in the context of building something for the future, we're trying to build a base now which will serve us in 2023 so that we can go on the court and legitimately, and maybe for the first time, legitimately say getting into the second round of the World Champs is not only a dream, it's an expectation, and a realistic expectation. And then where we go from there, as we know the competition gets very tough, will be determined by the quality of the team that we can develop between now and then. So I think everybody has to understand, everybody doesn't have to like that we have these dual objectives, but this is what I've been appointed for. I've been appointed for 2023. Mark has been appointed for February 2020. And we'll see how we're going then. And Mark's involvement, I think, will continue. Obviously, the SBP and all the vested interests will discuss what it's going to be, but his passion and energy is something that's very valuable to this program at this point. Absolutely, and I think that's a great question because certainly, and look, I should have started this out by saying first and foremost, as the current Gilas representatives, our heart goes out to Junmar for the recent news on his injury. We're devastated by that. You know, he's a member of the Gilas family and you know, maybe one of the most integral ingredients of the Gilas family over the last several years. And you know, that injury it's a tough injury. It's not one that's easy to come back from. So everybody's going to have to be patient with his recovery. So I wanted to say that before I really launched into anything else, and I apologize for not leading with that. Lynn, what was your question again?
Work fingers.
Right. So because this is the national team, and because we are trying to, first and foremost for 2023, develop a culture, and it needs to be a culture of belief, it needs to be a culture of dedication and commitment. Ping's the best example I was ever around in my years at Gilas. And we have so many young players, and one of the things young players need is leadership. So we wanted to get the right kind of leader, somebody that could inspire these younger players and inform these younger players of how important it is to play for your country, how seriously you have to take that, how professional you have to behave. And Ping still has value as a player, and I think when you saw all the big guys over on the sidelines injured today, you know, we're going to need every bigger body that we can get to play as well. So Ping was, you know, and I had discussions with Ping before we ever selected the pool. His inclusion was really to bridge the former Gilas teams that have been successful with this Gilas program, and to inject into it, I think, the spirit, the commitment, and the passion that he has for the national team. Because I know, I absolutely know we cannot be successful no matter how much talent we roll out on this court in 4 years' time if we don't have a culture that embodies the people of the country. And who better than Ping?
Coach, how will the setup of the practices be? Once a week or twice a week? When
Practices will be every day.
Oh, every day?
Every day. We have a 2-week window, you know, so everybody was aware we weren't practicing 4 weeks ago, one practice. We don't really believe in that. We really believe in commitment to the cause, dedicating yourself to one another, and building a culture, which I think you can only do with, you know, consistent training and time together. And we don't have the luxury like Gilas teams of the past, when you would have your summer tournaments to go away to Spain or to Turkey or wherever and spend time together. We don't have that luxury. So we replace that with this daily commitment to, you know, building a team and building a system and building a culture.
How about the other players who were not around here? When will they come here?
Well, Japet is out. Okay, he's informed us that He's going on a delayed honeymoon, which, congratulations to him. It's always nice to go on a honeymoon. I think we all wish we could go on another one, right? So he's not available for the first window. Obviously, Christian has gone through, his issue, and that's very real, and we understand that. We don't want to put any player in jeopardy, and because he's rehabbing an injury and he's on a specific timetable, we just have to accept that for this window and understand that. And I think Ray Parks, we're waiting to hear from Ray. I think everybody knows Ray is a bit in limbo right now with his basketball issues. And so we want him here. We want him a part of this effort. We want him a part of this culture. But at this point, he's not. And so I think to take that question any further, you need to talk to Ray. I think everybody else was present. Am I missing anybody else?
Justin Baltazar?
Yeah, that's a mystery because we expected him here. He informed us that he would be here. So I haven't gotten an update on that. And when I do get an update, I'll pass that along. But I expect him to be fully a part of it. I hope he's okay. Matt had conflict this morning, or this afternoon. Other questions? Questions for Mark about practice of the team?
Well, the games have to be played, and they're more than capable. Both of those teams in the C games, with a different roster than what we're going to have, presented us with problems. So they're going to be difficult games for us. We've got to approach them like we're playing teams that are capable of beating us, because if we don't come ready, we can be in trouble in those games.
Coach, how would you assess the team in its first practice?
Like obviously exciting, to have the first practice, but we're a long way away. We've got a lot of work to do in 2 weeks to cover a lot of ground to get us ready to play a good game come the first game. We're just trying to get combinations down, trying to get everyone to understand what we're trying to do with both of us, because it is going to be an adjustment for them. Obviously having injuries to them, kind of throwing a little spanner in the wrench, but we've got other good players that are capable of coming in and doing the job. So hopefully day by day it becomes clearer who's going to play, how much they're going to play, combinations, and we just keep getting better and better.
Coach, is there any plans to add more players to the pool given that some players are already withdrawn their names?
The pool is restricted to the 24 that we named. So out of that 24, we'll end up picking our 12. And, it isn't uncommon to have issues with 24 players. Obviously, what's a little bit alarming is it seems that all of our issues are resting with our big men right now. And it's tough to play without your big men. But obviously, we'll be a team that will be identified by energy, because there'll be youth there and speed. But we better learn and learn how to play together, and that's coach's task.
Thank you very much.
Okay.